Just real quick, I don't even have any like highlights. I think I took 5 highlights total this entire game. I'm not showing any of them. What a complete and total disastrous game for the Mavs. Whatever. We can't beat the Knicks. I don't know what the fuck it is. You can't beat the Knicks. Fortunately for the Mavs, they don't play the Knicks again this season. They don't have to worry about somehow running into the Knicks in the finals or anything. You see the Knicks record, right? You don't have to worry about that. But for whatever reason, no matter how terrible the Knicks are, the Mavs just cannot beat them. I don't know what it is. Ever since the KP trade, the Mavs only beat them once in like the 3.5 seasons since the Kristaps Porzingis trade. So, it is what it is, I guess. The Mavs have a couple of teams like this that they just can't beat. The Suns as well. Even when the Suns were terrible, before the Suns became really good, the Mavs just literally could not beat them. I think the Mavs are like 1-8 against the Suns or something with Luka. I don't know what it is. The Mavs just have these teams that they just cannot beat. First half was one of the most disastrous things I've ever seen. The Mavs shot 4% from deep, 1 of 21 from deep in the first half of this game. We were looking at all the stats, we were looking at all the records, looking at what it would take for the Mavs to break the record for the most missed threes, and they ended up missing that because they actually started to make threes. But 6 of 42, man, not gonna win any games. That's really what it comes down to. You shoot 14% from deep, you're just not gonna win games. The Knicks shot 23%. I mean, it's not like the Knicks were great. It's not like the Knicks blew your doors off like offensively or anything like that. But shooting the ball at least. But they went to the line 31 times. This was just a terrible game. Like the Mavs could not get a stop in the first half of this game without fouling or giving up a second chance opportunity via a rebound or not securing the rebound, letting it go out of bounds, or fouling on the rebound, whatever it might have been. The Mavs just literally could not get a stop without fouling. And the third quarter was great. The Mavs got it down within 14. I said the stream with the Mavs making a 15-point game, they're going to win. Like, that was just me joking around, but the Knicks have blown, 3 different 20-point leads so far this season? I mean, they've blown leads left and fucking right. So I was thinking if the Mavs can get to 15, then maybe. And the Mavs got all the way down to 14, but just completely, the fourth quarter, you can see this game's still going on. All the bench players are in for the Mavs. The Mavs have 6 points in the fourth quarter. Gross. Just a disgusting game. Luka did everything for you again. Brunson was awful. It's getting, I'll reserve judgment until the postseason for Brunson, but it's getting kind of spooky for Brunson, man. It's been a rough stretch for him lately. Dinwiddie off the bench was fine, wasn't that great. I mean, nobody outside of Luka was really that good, and Luka was pretty bad in the first half. Third quarter, he just went nuts. Luka did. But everyone else, nobody else besides Dinwiddie over 10 points, whereas the Knicks, the entire starting 5 over 10 points. Again, Mavs shoot 14% from deep. Reggie went 0 of 8. Oh, man, Reggie. Reggie, I believe I saw, is 7 of 37 or something like that on three-point attempts in March. You need him to get hot again. When we get to this point down the stretch, you're going to need him to get going again, shooting the ball in the postseason and stuff like that. You're going to need him. Maxey, another offer, another goose egg from behind the line. I do get worried about games like these in the playoffs because this team is prone to terrible shooting nights. But again, it's 14% from deep. 14% from deep. You're not going to shoot that terribly consistently. And I think you do have to give the team some credit for making it a 14-point game at one point when you were down by 30-plus multiple times in this game. So they made it a 14-point game at one point in the third quarter, which made it somewhat interesting. But yeah, it was what's going on? Why is this game like in a standstill right now? Anyways, Julius Randle went off in this game, 26 points, 8 of 19. Just drove to the rim, got whatever he wanted at the rim. You did a pretty good job on RJ. I didn't think RJ was, the whole team went off, right? Mitchell Robinson, 5 offensive rebounds. It feels like 50. It feels like Mitchell Robinson had 50 offensive rebounds, 4-4 from the field. That's what Mitchell Robinson does. Dunks. His dunks are ferocious. When he throws them down, he throws them down. I think there's nothing to say, guys. You had Reggie Walk 0 of 8. Maxey 0 of 7. Bertans 0 of 4. What is there to say, guys, about a game like this? Not much. You just have to burn the tape and move on. The Mavs had a game very similar to this against the Knicks back in January, in the middle of January, where they had a hot streak going in. They were on I don't remember what it was, 5, 6, 7 game winning streak. Got completely blown out by the Knicks. Fast forward a couple of months, and you got the same result. The Mavs came into this game with a 5-game winning streak, wins against the Warriors twice, the Jazz, and then you just get the brakes beat off you by the Knicks again. I don't know what it is. They just cannot keep beating they can't beat the Knicks. I don't know what the hell it is. They just can't do it. But, you know, I saw, you know, people in my chat were just freaking the fuck out. I'm not too concerned. Like, whatever. You know, teams lose games like this. The Jazz, who this loss does hurt. If the Mavs are actually wanting to move up to the 4 seed, which I'd imagine they want to, right? You got to keep in mind, teams like strategically tank games to get certain matchups. But I would imagine at this point, the Mavs are trying to move up. The Jazz are up by... the Jazz are killing the Blazers right now. The Mavs had a chance tonight to move up to the 4 seed if the Jazz lost and the Mavs won. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. But the Jazz, speaking of them, they lost by like 40 points to the Pelicans a few games ago. So games like these happen at this point. I don't know why ESPN just reset it to this. But, you know, you just got to move on. You just got to move on and just hope that Reggie gets hot again. Hope that Brunson gets out of this little funk that he's in. And hope Maxey starts remembering how to shoot. And you'll be fine. I mean, it is what it is. Losses like these suck, obviously. But you just got to move on from them. You just got to move on. Shout out to the Knicks. They played great tonight. Defensively, you know, the Mavs were missing wide open shots, but the Knicks did make life pretty difficult for them defensively. And offensively, outside of that third quarter, the Knicks pretty much got whatever they wanted offensively. So shout out to the Knicks. They played hard. They played well. They were way better than the Mavericks tonight. And yeah, just got to move on if you're the Mavs. Really no reason to think about this game ever again. Like, ever again. Put this game out of your mind entirely. The Mavs play the Rockets on Friday. The Rockets just beat the Lakers. That's not an achievement at all, I know, but you know, don't sleep on this Rockets team. And then a pretty big test right here. Boston on Sunday. That's gonna be a great game. Brooklyn at Brooklyn, so no Kyrie, but still Katie's back. At Philly, Charlotte, Minnesota. I mean, those are not easy teams either. So, big stretch coming up here for the Mavs. Would have liked to get this one tonight, but you didn't. You know, it is what it is. Subscribe to the channel. We stream every single Mavs game. Never know what you're going to see. Might see a game like tonight, but you might see a crazy comeback or a wild buzzer beater or something. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Mr. Finn? Huh? He says subscribe to the channel too. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.